तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. You are all welcome for evening Bhagavad-Gita class at ISKCON Vrindavan. We are reading from chapter 11, the universal form, and today we are going to discuss verse number 45. This section from verse number 36 to 45 is the prayer by Arjuna to Sri Krishna. So this verse is a prayer. So let us recite this verse. adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ hṛṣito asmi dṛṣṭvā bhayena ca pravyathitaṁ mano me tadeva me darśaya deva-rūpaṁ prasīda deveśa jagan-nivāsa adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ hṛṣito asmi dṛṣṭvā bhayena ca pravyathitaṁ mano me tadadeva me darśaya deva-rūpaṁ prasīda deveśa jagan-nivāsa adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ hṛṣito asmi dṛṣṭvā bhayena ca pravyathitaṁ mano me tadeva me darśaya deva-rūpaṁ prasīda deveśa jagan-nivāsa. Please repeat. adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ hṛṣito asmi dṛṣṭvā napta pravyathitam mano me tadeva me darśaya deva-rūpaṁ prasīda deveśa jagan-nivāsa adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ hṛṣito asmi dṛṣṭvā bhayena ca pravyathitam mano me tadeva me darsya deva rūpam prasīda deveśa jagan-nivāsa adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ hṛṣito bhayena ca pravyathitam mano me tadeva me darsya deva rūpam prasīda deveśa jagan-nivāsa. Mataji. adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ, never seen before. hṛṣitaḥ, gladdened. Asmi, I am. dṛṣṭvā, by seeing. Bhayena, out of fear. Cha, also. Pravyathitam, perturbed. Manaḥ, mind. Me, my. Ta, that. Eva, certainly. Me, unto me. darśaya, show. Deva, O Lord. rūpam, the form. Prasīda, just be gracious. deva-īśa, O Lord of the Lords. jagan-nivāsa, or refuge of the universe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the Personality of Godhead. O Lord of the Lords, O abode of the universe. Purport. Arjuna is always in confidence with Krishna because he is a very dear friend. And as a dear friend is gladdened by his friend's opulence, Arjuna is very joyful to see that his friend Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and can show such a wonderful universal form. But at the same time, after seeing that universal form, he is afraid that he has committed so many offenses to Krishna out of his unalloyed friendship. Thus, his mind is disturbed out of fear, although he had no reason to fear. Arjuna therefore is asking Krishna to show his Narayan form, because he can assume any form. This universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. But in the Vaikuntha planet, he has his transcendental form with 4 hands as a Narayan. There are innumerable planets in the spiritual sky, And each of them, Krishna is present by his plenary manifestation. Plenary manifestation of different names. Thus, Arjuna desired to see one of the forms manifest in Vaikuntha planets. Of course, in each Vaikuntha planet, the form of Narayana is four-handed, but the four hands hold different arrangement of symbols. The conch shell, mass, lotus, and disc. According to the different hands, these four things are held in the Narayan. The Narayans are variously named. All of these forms are one with Krishna. Therefore, Arjuna requests to see his four-handed feature. Om Agyanti Marandasya Gyananjan Shlakaya Chakshur Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ hṛṣito asmi dṛṣṭvā. adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ. Purvam means before this. Adṛṣṭa means I have not seen. So before seeing this universal form now, here, today, I have never seen such magnanimous form, such universal form, such powerful, mighty form. And the next word says, hṛṣito asmi dṛṣṭvā. By seeing this form, I am hṛṣito asmi. Srila Prabhupada, I am gladdened. Hṛṣita means I am happy. I am overjoyed. And then Srila Prabhupada in the purport gives the reason why Arjuna is gladdened. And then Srila Prabhupada is speaking that Krishna and Arjuna has an intimate, confident relationship of friendship. When some friends see the opulence of his fellow friend, it is natural that he is gladdened, he is enlightened, he is happy, he is overjoyed. So Arjuna is overjoyed, gladdened to see the universal form, a majestic form of Krishna, which he has never seen before. So reason for his happiness or overjoy or gladdened was opulence of Krishna. And Krishna is his intimate friend. Srila Prabhupada's purport starts with the word Arjuna is always in confidence with Krishna. Is always in confidence with Krishna. What this means? Confidence with Krishna. As per? Arjuna requested Krishna that if you feel I deserve, then please show me your universal form. And Krishna obliged. So Arjuna has a confidence that as Krishna showed me universal form on my request, he will also show me his another Narayan form also. So he is confident with Arjuna. Is confident with Arjuna means he has an experience of achyuta as a confident. I asked him to drive my chariot between the two armies and he obliged. Rathastapya me achyut senyorubhyor madhya rathastapya me achyuta. I ordered him and he obliged. I asked him to show universal form, he showed. So Arjuna was confident. He has a confidence in Krishna, and this confidence is of, Prabhupada writes, of his intimate friendship. It means when somebody has a sthāyi bhav with Krishna, which everybody has some relation with Krishna, when that is mature and manifested, then like Arjuna, the devotee has a confidence that Krishna will always protect me, will always help me, will always... See, Prabhupada was confident with Krishna when he landed in New York, in Boston Harbor. He said, Krishna, you have brought me here, you have some business here. You have brought me here, you have some business. And now, you help me to accomplish that business. This is intimate, this is confidence because he has an intimate relationship. The other some song of Srila Prabhupada, when in pasturing grounds in Vrindavan, Krishna, when you are herding cows, we will be together. There's another bhajan written by Srila Prabhupada. So these Acharya, when they write their realization in the form of song, they are confident of their eternal relationship with Krishna. So Arjuna was confident with Krishna because Arjuna first chose Krishna, not his army. Krishna obliged to be his chariot driver. Krishna followed Arjuna's instruction. He showed him universal form, so he has a confidence. Therefore, he is requesting Krishna to show me the four-handed form of Narayana. Krishna can show that also. Because Arjuna has the experience of his confidence in Krishna, that Krishna can do anything. And he has a very close relationship with Krishna. So he was gladdened because his friend is so opulent. That whole universe is in the fraction of his, say, in 10th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna says, all these opulence are just in fraction of my portion of portions. It's just like one hair can show all this. So such a powerful friend I have, Arjuna is thinking. Therefore he is overjoyed, very happy. And we all have the same opportunity that Krishna is our master. We are his eternal servant. And our master is so powerful, so beautiful, so charming, so loving, so careful. Why should we are not gladdened? We should be happy, gladdened that we have relation with Krishna. The Krishna conscious movement means establishing last relation with Krishna. And when we come to know that we have relation with Krishna, like Arjuna has gladdened, we should be gladdened also. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, I have established this movement to make people happy, to make people gladdened, overjoyed. Why? Because they will feel their relationship with Krishna, which they forgot because of illusion. So the whole purpose of the Krishna conscious movement is to revive our relationship with Krishna. And we should be confident that Krishna, as he was dealing with Arjuna, so he can also, and he protected Arjuna on all the odd situations. He will also do the same thing. It said Krishna is ready to be the chariot driver of everybody, as he was the chariot driver of Arjuna. And that's the whole message of Bhagavad-Gita. Mai eva man adṛṣṭva mai buddhim niveśaya. Mai eva man adṛṣṭva, give your mind in my hands. Mai buddhim niveśa, let me reside in your intelligence, or make your intelligence my residence. What Arjuna has done, he has given the reins of his chariot, which means the mind, in the hand of Krishna. And where Krishna is sitting? As a chariot driver, that is the intelligence. Driver is the intelligence, and mind is a rein. And Krishna has accepted both, which Arjuna has offered to him. To sit in the intelligence, means Sarthi, and to hold the reins of the mind. Hold the mind. My arpit mano buddhir, you offer your mind and intelligence to me. If we follow the same instruction of Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna is ready to be the chariot driver of everybody and take us all through this ocean of material world back home, back to Godhead. So we should be confident. Arjuna has that confidence. So first part of the purport, Srila Prabhupada is describing why Arjuna is gladdened. Because his friend is so majestic. So we should also be gladdened that our master, or the master of our master, is majestic. He is very powerful. He is magnanimous. This we should realize. And why he was, next line says, bhayena pravyathitaṁ mano me. In my mind I have two things. First I have bhaya or fear. And second, pravyathitam, prakristena rūpena vyathitam. Same word is in the 6th chapter. Pramati balvad dradam. Mind is pramati. It means it's perturbed, Prabhupada. This word to word perturbed, it's disturbed, is agitated, fully agitated. Now, most of the acharyas have written that Arjuna is fearful and his mind is disturbed because of seeing the ghastly, fearful, ferocious form or kal roop of Krishna. Mainly Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that on seeing the ferocious kal roop of Krishna, where the whole army of both sides were entering into the fire coming out of mouth of universal form, and they are cursed to powder between the ferocious teeth of universal form. So that was the reason Arjuna became fearful and his mind was disturbed. But Srila Prabhupada in the commentary has given another reason. And that reason is in the prayers just before this verse. Many times I have belittled you, Krishna, by saying you, Krishna, Yadav, Sakheti matva prasabam yaduktam, hey Krishna, hey Yadav, ajanant mahimanam, I did not know your glories. I address you as my friend. Yadav is inferior to Pandava. Pandava can become rulers, emperor. Yadavas are not allowed to rule. You are nothing. So I jokingly or sometime alone or sometime among the friends has offended you. And therefore Arjun's mind was disturbed and he was feeling fearful because, he has offended his dear friend, the one who is so majestic and magnanimous. So 2 reasons for Arjun being fearful and his mind disturbed. First, because of his Kala Roop or ferocious form, which is part of the universal Roop. Why we should accept that? Because other universal form are shown to many other places. Krishna has shown universal form even in the assembly of Kauravas. When Krishna went as a peace agent of the peace, Shanti Dut, he showed universal form. He showed universal form 2 times to Mother Yashoda in his mouth. But this universal form was different than all those. Because in this universal form was Kala Rupa. That was not seen by anybody else. And that Kala Rupa was answer to Krishna's last confusion about the outcome of war. Who will be the victorious? Arjun was not having, he was indecisive. So Krishna showed the Kala Roop and he has shown that all these Bhishama, Karana, Durona, everybody will be finished by me. Nimitta matra bhava savya sachan, you become instrument. I have already killed all of them. Nobody has seen this part of the universal form. Therefore, there is a reason for Arjun to be fearful also. Because this is very ghastly and ferocious form. And the other reason which Srila Prabhupada is quoted, which also Baldev Vidya Bhushan is in the same line is speaking, that Arjun is fearful and his mind is disturbed because Arjun is feeling that because of intimacy of friendship, he has many times offended Krishna. As a chariot driver, Krishna has to sit down. As a chariot, Arjuna has to sit up. Krishna is sitting at the feet of Arjuna. And in a battlefield, where there are different sounds of drums to encourage the soldiers to fight, and then the sound of the swords, sound of the arrows. If Krishna has to tell if Arjun has to tell Krishna, please turn my chariot to right, he cannot speak and say because sound cannot reach. So he is using his feet. Arjun is using his feet, touching Krishna and giving him instruction, go to right, go to left, stop. So Arjun is using his feet and touching the divine transcendental body of Krishna when he was ordering Krishna while sitting on the chariot. So Arjuna said, my God, this universal form Krishna has showed me, and how I was dealing with him as a chariot driver. So he was feeling his mind completely disturbed. pravyathitam, vyathitam. Vyathita is a Hindi word. Vyathit means completely disturbed. And pravyathitam means fully disturbed. So two reasons for the fear and mind disturbance. And one reason for hṛṣito asmi. And adṛṣṭa-pūrvaṁ means nobody has seen before. Now the third line says, tadev me darsya deva-rūpaṁ. Now is a request. Therefore, please show me your deva-rūpa. And Srila Prabhupada's purport on this deva-rūpa is, Srila Prabhupada's purport has universal form is temporary and material. Universal form is temporary and material. And then Srila Prabhupada gives reason why it is temporary and material. Because this world is temporary. This material world is temporary. And what is shown is all of this material world. Material world is temporary, so universal form is temporary. Material world is material, so universal form is also material. What it means that there is no existence of universal form in a spiritual world, in a Vaikuntha. There is one other form which is called Virat Roop. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is Virat Roop. The whole universe is within that form. This is a Vishwa Roop and that is a Virat Roop. There is a difference between the two also. There is no Kala Roop in a Virat Roop. But there is also not in the spiritual world. These three Purusha avatar are for creation of material world. Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. All these three Purusha avatar are only for material world's creation. Creation of different material world. There is no need of all of them in the spiritual world. So now Srila Prabhupada switched the purport to deveśa rūpa. Say deva rūpa. I want to see now your deva rūpa. And for that he is giving two adjectives. And what are the two adjectives? Deveśa and jagan-nivāsa. Deva-īśa. That is the controller of all the demigods, of the devas. Isha means controller. And jagan-nivāsa means jagat-nivāsa. It means everything rests on him. Srila Prabhupada writes, O refuge of the universe. But before giving these two adjectives, his prayer is based on this word, prasīda. Prasīda. Prasīda means please be pleased with me. Be gracious. Be merciful. So prasīda is the word of prayer. Please be pleased with me. Be merciful and gracious and show your spiritual form. Because this universal form was material and temporary. Now show me your spiritual form which is not temporary. And Srila Prabhupada is writing that form which Arjuna is now requesting is Narayana form or Vishnu form. And then Srila Prabhupada in the purport is describing innumerable Vaikuntha planet, and in each Vaikuntha planet there is a one Narayana. And all the Narayana have four hands. But by placement of the 4 symbols in the different hands, his names are different. In purport of 922, go to the 922. Srila Prabhupada writes, I think, no, 822. Srila Prabhupada writes, the Vedas compare the Lord to a tree standing still yet, bearing many varieties of fruits, flowers, and changing leaves. Plenary expansion of the Lord who preside over the vacant planets are 4-armed, and they are known by the variety of name Purushottam, Trivirkam, Keshav, Madhav, Aniruddha, Rishikesh, Sankrishna, Pradyumna, Sridhar, Vasudev, Damodhar, Janardhan, Narayan, Vaman, Padamnabh, etc. So these are the lords. The original tree is Krishna. They are the expansion of Krishna. So Krishna expand first as Balaram. Balaram accept as Chaturvyu, Vasudev, Sankrishna, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. The Sankrishna further give rise to the another Chaturvyu within Vaikuntha, and then Vasudev Chaturvyu in a Vaikuntha become different Narayans. And from Sankrishna comes the 3 Purushas for creation, from secondary Sankrishna. So all these different Narayan forms are expansion from Krishna through Balaram and through Sankrishna. And their names are different depending upon in which hand is which weapon. And Chaitanya Charitamrita has a full description that if the right upper hand is a conch shell, the name is, say, Keshav, and upper hand is a chakra, then the name is different. So the Chaitanya Charitamrita has given the description of different names of Krishna because of the different ayudha or the symbol in the different hands of Narayan. When we are thinking of this Narayan, then I am remembering in Alanath, there is Alanath temple next to the Jagannath Puri, where there is a 4-handed form of Narayan. It's a Janardhan form. It's called Janardhan form. It's a different because the 4 symbols are in different hands in such a way that it's like a Janardhan. But then the question is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when the Jagannath temple is closed for a week or so, unversion period, Mahaprabhu could not feel, he could not bear the separation from Jagannath. So he runs to Alanath and lives there those days. How come Mahaprabhu, who is in the mood of Radharani, be pleased with 4-handed form of Vishnu? The reason is, this 4-handed form of Vishnu, which is in Alanath, is called Alarnath because the South Indian Alavar was worshipping this earlier. So it's called Alarnath. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada was sitting right next to the temple and getting renovation of the temple done. And he wanted to get it done quickly, so he personally was, assisting laborers not to waste time even in making their necessary needs, which are not maybe Vaishnava, but he was ready to do that. So what is that Vishnu form? That Vishnu form is Krishna's Vishnu form, which when Krishna disappeared from the Rasa dance and gopis were searching for Krishna, Krishna appeared as a Vishnu before gopis. So Radharani recognized that it's a Krishna. And he is in four-handed form just to have his more pastimes. So that four-handed form is Krishna in this form when gopis were searching for Krishna in the forest. So Krishna took this form. And Mahaprabhu knows this is Krishna. Therefore Mahaprabhu was in Alarnath during these days of Jagannath Rath Yatra, before Rath Yatra. So the different forms of Vishnu are named according to different disc, club, lotus flower, and chakra. Chakra is a disc, lotus flower, and conch shell. Say conch shell is to declare the glories of the devotees. And lotus flower is also to declare that devotees are always opulently maintained by Krishna. And the disc and the club, the enemies of the devotees are destroyed by these weapons of Krishna. So two are for devotees and two are for demons. So Srila Prabhupada's purport here writes, they are forms of, now based on this, which Krishna is obliged, he will appear as a Narayan form and then he will again come back to the same form of Shyamasundara Krishna. But when universal form was shown to Arjuna, Arjuna was not able to see Krishna's two-handed form. Because this was all divine vision. He could not see Krishna there. So now he wants to see the Vishnu form. Based on this, 11th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, we can conclude and convince the false notion of ordinary people, false concept of ordinary people, particularly in India, that Vishnu appeared as Krishna. Anywhere you go for preaching, people will say, all incarnations are coming from Vishnu. So Krishna is also the incarnation of Vishnu. But based on this chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, we can confidently convince them that who showed universal form to Arjuna? Krishna? Yes. Who showed the Vishnu form or Narayan form to Arjuna? Krishna. So, Krishna is source of Narayan form. It's not that Narayan has shown the universal form. Or Narayan has shown the Vishnu form. Krishna has shown this. It's not vice versa. It means Krishna is source of Vishnu. Not the Vishnu is source of Krishna. So on the basis of 11th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, we can confidently convince anybody and everybody that Krishna is source of Vishnu and universal form both. But based on this also, the group of Jnanis, they accept universal form, the topmost. Because that is majestic. Because they have a material vision, therefore they consider material form most popular and powerful. Then, particularly the Ramanuja Sampradaya, those who worship the Lakshmi Narayan, they consider the Narayan form the most popular form from this chapter. Krishna, so Narayan form, when Arjuna saw, he was requesting for Narayan form. Therefore Narayan is most worshipable. And then Gaudiya Vaishnava, when Krishna appeared in his Manusham, the word is Manusham rūpam Somyam Manusham rūpam. The verse is coming down the line. Manusham Somyam Manusham rūpam. Somyam means very pleasing. Manusham means two-handed form. It is very rare. So, this whole 11th chapter is based on one verse in 9th chapter. The verse in 9th chapter is verse, I think, 15. 9. Jnana yagnena anya yajanto mam upasate. There are others who worship me by jnana yagya, knowledge. Who are they? Ekatvena, prathitvena, bahuda, vishvato, mukham. There are three. The one is ekatavena. They think that I am same as Supreme. Aham graha upasana, upasak. I am Brahm. Prathitvena, demigod worship. Vishvato mukham, Vishwarup. So these three are there. Now to explain these three, the demigod worship is described in 9th chapter. In 11th chapter, universal form is described. And in 12th chapter, Arjuna will ask the difference between ekatvena, those who think Brahma as me, and those who worship Krishna personally. So up till 12th chapter, this is a seed verse. 9:15 is a seed verse. To explain this verse, there are chapter 9, chapter 10, chapter 11, chapter 12. So universal form is explained in chapter 11. And it is therefore Prabhupada in this verse explained that out of these three, ekatvena, aham, Brahm, those who say I and God are one. Demigod worshipper and universal form. Out of these three, universal form worshipper is better than the other two. That's Prabhupada's conclusion in this verse. Prabhupada concludes that universal form is the best among the three. But if you take the commentary of the Jnanis, they say Ekatvena is the best among three. Because they think I am Brahma, so they say this is the best. But Prabhupada writes universal form is the best among the three. It's better than demigod worship. It's better than worshipping oneself as a god. Universal form is best. But universal form is temporary and it is for the beginner. But as we advance, then the next stage is Paramatma form. There is the second canto of Bhagavatam. First chapter is meditated on universal form. Second chapter is meditated on the Paramatma form. And then third chapter is go to the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna's worship. So gradually going from the grosser to the subtle. So this verse is a prayer by Arjuna to see the Narayan form of Krishna. And I think tomorrow will be the last verse of the prayer. 45, this is the last verse of the prayer. Yeah. And then 47, Krishna will speak. So prayer will be ending tomorrow. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Any question or comment? Yes, Prabhu.
In Virat Roop, Kal is absent. So can you clarify that point?
See, Virat Roop is a universal form of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and any part of that Vishnu manifests, then the different demigod manifest, then they and then preside over the different senses of the living entities, as say Indriya Devata, the demigod presiding over the eyes, sun presiding over the say mouth is fire. So they are all coming from that Virat Roop. So that is in the process of creation. But this Kal Roop of universal form is only shown to Arjuna, to ensure Arjuna's indecisiveness, who will win. So Krishna showed that you will win, I have already killed them. This is not part of the universal form or Virat form. The specific form shown to Arjuna. And that he is saying, I have never seen before. He might have read the Virat Roop for creation. Arjuna knows how creation takes place. He knows that. And he must have heard also universal form showed to the mother Yashoda from Bhagavatam. It is possible. But this Kal Roop has never seen.
Thank you, thank you. Also another point, you said that Vishnu, there's no need of Vishnus in Vaikuntha Lok.
Vishnu is in Vaikuntha Lok, yes.
Yeah. Earlier, maybe I mistakenly heard that these Vishnus, they all just required for the creation of the material world.
They are called Purusha Avatar, 3 Vishnu. The Narayan is also called Vishnu. Lakshmi Narayan is also Vishnu.
Yeah.
Vishnu, by the word Vishnu, means all pervading. All powerful and all pervading is called Vishnu. Vasati Sarvatra iti Vishnu. One who lives everywhere, in every item is Vishnu. So Vishnu, Narayan are interchangeable, but these 3 Purusha avatar are only for creation of material world. They have nothing to do with the spiritual world.
So is the Vishnu who is in the spiritual world different from these 3?
Yes, they are for creation. That Vishnu is best. See, in Garbhodaksha Vishnu, there is no 4 things we don't see in his hands. Only the lotus is coming from, we don't see these. But Paramatma also we see the 4 things in his hand also. And Karandaksha also Vishnu lying down in the bed and universes are coming. This is not in the Narayan who lives in the Vaikuntha. So the process of creation has nothing to do with the spiritual world, because there's no creation. It's eternal, existing forever. So for creation, these are the Purusha avatar. And they are expansion of Balaram. So
Thank you.
Chaitanya Charitamrita says Balaram manifests in 5 forms to help Krishna in creation. 3 Vishnu, 1 Shesh to hold the planet Earth, and 1 he appears with Krishna as Balaram, or with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Nityananda, or with Ram as a Lakshman, to assistance in pastime in the material world. So these 5 forms are for material pastimes. There's no need in the spiritual world. Hare Krishna.
planet, from there can they go to Goloka?
In Sanatana Goswami's brother Bhagavad-Gita, Gop Kumar went to the Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha there is 2.5 mellows. There's a Shantaras, neutrality, then there's servitude, and there's a half of friendship. But he was not satisfied because Vishnu is not going to embrace anybody. So he was in a search, so he went beyond Vaikuntha to Golok, where all 12 ras manifest completely, all 12 mellows completely manifest in Golok, where Krishna embraced Gopkumar. So from this description, it is possible that those who are more deep in love with Krishna, they might further advance from Vaikuntha to Golok. But it is very rare.
But if a conditioned soul has already developed a relationship with the Lord in a particular rasa, and according to their ras, they go to Vaikuntha. So once they reach to their destination, how would they go up? Changing.
See, rasas are mostly in a Vaikuntha, there is no Vatsalya ras. There is no conjugal mellow fully developed, neither a friendship fully developed. Only Shant and Dasya ras are there. And usually these are all the Vaidhi Bhakta when they get perfection and get 4 types of liberation. Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, Sarishti, they go to the Vaikuntha. But the pure devotees, as is said in Bhagavatam, I give them all liberation, they don't accept. Diyamanam, I give them. Nagranati, they don't accept my service. So Srila Prabhupada in Nectar of Devotion writes that, well, these all 4 liberations are not completely against devotion, but they are not pure devotion. So, generally, Vaidhi Bhakta never goes to Golok Vrindavan. Vaidha Bhakti, if he was worship Krishna, he can go to Dwarka, where Krishna is there. And he has a conjugal relation also. He has friendship also. And he has also Vatsalya. He can go to the Dwarka, part of the spiritual world, but not Golok Vrindavan, as long as he is not able to follow the Raganuga path.
Sorry, just going different direction. Thank you for the answer, Prabhu. But I can't remember where I read, but maybe it was in the Goloka chart that we have. It was mentioned that one is Raga Bhakti, the other is Vaidhi Bhakti. The one who expertises, who is doing Vaidhi Bhakti nicely, they go to the Goloka and the rasas stay here in the Bhumi Goloka. Is it like that? I'm confused a little bit.
Even there is a Radha Krishna worship in the one portion of the Golok where there is no Raganuga Bhakta. Like so many people have the Radha Krishna worship here, yes, but not Raganuga path. So they can go to that portion where Krishna is there, but not Raganuga mellows. In Raganuga, the difference, like Arjuna here, he was overjoyed, gladdened, fearful to see the majesty of Krishna. So he has a Aishwarya, mixed bhakti. It's not Raganuga bhakti. Arjuna is not Raganuga bhakta. Because majesty has overcome. Kunti has a majesty included into the Vatsalya. Even Devaki has a Vatsalya with majesty. So that is not Raganuga part. Raganuga part are the Siridhama, Sudhama, Madhumangal. They are never astonished to see Krishna say killing big demons. Hey, our friend Krishna. Nothing more than that. So they are Ragatmika Bhakta. And these devotees are Pure devotee, unallied, but with majesty. With Aishwarya Yukta Bhakti.
So, which category they do come? They come in a Raganuga, but
This
no.
is not Raganuga.
It's not. So it's Vaidhi.
It's a Vaidhi.
Oh, so when they talk about the Vaidhi Bhakta goes in, okay.
This is not Raganuga. Yes, in some places it says Arjun had a gopi farm also sometime.
Yes.
So Arjun, like in advanced stages, they can have, they follow some Golok, say Krishna's Vrindavan devotee and can go there, but it's very, very rare. Like Narad is a vivid example of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. But he got a gopi bhav also.
So how is it? Is it dynamic? It keeps changing, Prabhu?
This is especially Krishna bestow some mercy on somebody, some gopis or some Raganoga Bhakt may bless such devotee for some time to, only have a glimpse of that for a while.
So temporarily, it's not their Swarupa.
So yeah, it's not their Swarupa.
So it's temporary.
Because all these 5 mellows can be in Dwarka also and can be in a Golok Vrindavan. Based upon the Vaidhi or Raganoga. It's a very deep subject. Hare Krishna. If we go there, we can see. We don't know.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad-Vani Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Gaur Premanande.